Hi, my name is Miss Reyes and I'm a CTE teacher. Today we're going to talk about organizing PBL projects for student autonomy. Just to give a little bit of background information, I am like I said, a teacher, a CTE teacher, and I have a passion for project-based learning. But even more than that, I'm passionate about helping students learn how to manage real work using real systems. I've often found in my life systems help me to thrive. And so today I want to share a strategy I use to organize my PBL projects in a way that helps students take ownership of their work while also making it easier for us, the teachers, and more manageable. Okay, so as we all know, whenever we are trying to develop and work on a PBL, project-based learning, one of the biggest struggles is how do we structure our project in a way that builds independence? Oftentimes, we will get students coming to us asking the same question over and over and over again. And so, what do we do with that? We all know that project-based learning is incredibly meaningful, but to be honest, it is a lot. It is messy, it is chaotic, and at times it is hard to manage. Many teachers struggle to find a system to organize student materials that actually promotes independent learning, autonomy, and persistence. And instead, over and over again, what to do next? Where do we find the files? And even more so, why are we doing this? And so, just to help out, what I've learned over the years is that the lack of structure can make students overly dependent on us. And that's the opposite. That's what we want and what is to be gotten out of project-based learning. Over the years, I have evolved and found a system that I actually think that works really well. It's simple. And so what I do is I use my school's LMS to create a student-friendly digital system. I start with one main project folder that includes an overview of the goals, timeline, and final deliverables of the project. Then I go to dividing up the project into component folders, each focused on a specific team task. Inside of each folder, students will find the skills they need to learn, research topics to explore, tools and templates to support their work, and any rubrics or checklists that guide quality. And so what these folders and the system looks like. And so how I organize PBL projects. So like I said, I have one main project folder. And then when you open that up, you will see a page with the project goals, the timeline, the final deliverables. Within each component folder, you will see key skills, research topics, tools and templates, rubrics, and checklists. Let's go ahead and show you a demo of what this looks like on our school's LMS. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is show you what this system looks like on my school's LMS. And so as you can see, I have opened the project folder. And right when you open it, I have my student-facing digital document that defines the driving question, the purpose of the project, and then I go into several skills that they will utilize. These skills they've already practiced during the school year, and they're utilizing this project to showcase how they can incorporate these skills into real world situations. Next, I have the components of the project. And so as you can see for this particular project, there are 6 components, which will then equal into 6 folders. Followed by the components, I have the timeline. And so I have defined what will be done each week. We break it down a week at a time so the students know that by Friday they should know their tracking and their pacing. As you can see here, I have the folders for the components. And so let me go ahead and open up a folder. So let's start with component 1. And so component 1 typically is the research folder to give the prior knowledge. And this particular assignment, they will be building a prosthetic arm, a digital device. And so they have to research the anatomy of the arm and learn about the bones, the ligaments, the joints, and the muscles. And so as you can see, everything is numbered in order. And then you will find at the very bottom, we have a project tracker. It's basically a checklist to ensure that the students have completed all parts of that particular component. With this last piece, I utilize this for them to come and at that point, they meet with me, the team, to determine what they have learned, if they have any questions, and then I'm able to check their knowledge. If I notice that there is a particular student that does not have the skills ready to move on, I will ask the team to return and re-collaborate. And when they're ready to present what they know, they'll come back and meet with me. Student teams go through the components together. And like I said, after each component, they come, they meet with me, and I do my checkpoints. I determine their knowledge. I check to see if they're making progress in an expected format. If there's any needs, I can address it at that point. The last component is always the reflective piece. This is an independent piece where each student will be reflecting on what they learned from the project. And so why this system works? Well, this strategy is actually backed by some pretty strong research. According to cognitive load theory, breaking complex tasks into smaller structured components helps reduce cognitive overload, or what we often just call student overwhelm. And so being able to break your projects into smaller parts helps students and just people in general succeed to fulfill their tasks and goals. When students face too much information without support, they can shut down or stall. But when the learning is broken into manageable steps with clear goals and tools, students stay engaged and retain information better. It also supports metacognition. That's the ability for students to plan, monitor, and assess their own learning. This builds confidence, independence, and persistence over time. Barry Zimmerman's research shows that self-regulated learning can be explicitly taught and that these strategies lead to improved motivation and academic success. He also emphasizes that when students are given structured, goal-based learning systems, they are more likely to persevere and succeed. So while these systems may seem simple, it's actually designed to foster long-term academic independence. So I have been using this system for a couple of years and I find it to be very effective. I've seen real results. Students tell me they feel more in control, more confident, and less confused. One student said that this was the first time they didn't feel lost in a group project. I see student groups independently, autonomously working through the project. I am more of that true facilitator, guiding them and providing feedback when necessary. So I wanted to provide a little time out of my day to share this strategy. I've had a few teachers ask me about this and want to come in and see the system in my classroom. I know that's something that we all cannot do, but I hope this slide, this presentation helps you to kind of find your way through project-based learning and know that it's something that you can handle and do very effectively. So if you're a teacher trying to bring more clarity and autonomy to your projects, give this system a try. It's truly simple and you will be able to reuse your PBL over the years and revise. It's a great system and it will ultimately save you time and energy.